JDs and Lelman. It's me, it's the action figure freak once again, and today it's another one of these celebrating 85 years of Marvel Legends Anniversary line with the Iron Fist and Luke Cage 2-pack. I don't know, this looks super awesome. I'm super hyped to open this since a few days now. And yeah, I would say let's just stop the talking and get this thing open. So here we get both of these out of box, and I gotta say, first look, these are really awesome. The best way they could have done it. The Luke Cage is missing a few accessories, I feel like, but what else should they have given him more? So yeah, simply the articulation is amazing, but we'll get into that in a second. But yeah, let's just start with the articulation. Starting off with the Luke Cage, and I didn't see that at first. I thought he wouldn't have that much articulation, but let's see. First up, we have, okay, that's unfortunate. We got this kind of head joint. It's not bad, but I'm not too familiar with this, or how would I put that? I think this kind of joint moves pretty good, but I really like vertical hinged ones because he can lean his head way more to the back. But this one is almost invisible. As you see here, there's just that tiny gap if you stretch the head at the most to the front. On a head like this, without hair on the back and anything, this works pretty good. I feel like that's an exception for me. I'm happy with that. Then we get butterfly joints that I've actually didn't see. I thought he comes with just ball joints. This is amazing. For a chesty character like this one, with such a big chest, it's amazing to have butterfly joints. Then we have ball joints on top of that. Swivels here, double jointed pinless elbows, really amazing. Horizontal hinged hands, almost all of them. We'll see here. We get on his grabbing hand, the left hand, a vertical hinge. On the other interchangeable hand, it's also a horizontal. I don't know why they did it this way, but let's move on. So the upper body is almost done. We just have here the ab crunch, moves super smooth. Then we have the hip swivel. That's a little clicky, I would say. But yeah. Ball joints here on the legs, swivels up here, double jointed pinless knees, vertical hinges on the feet that doesn't move that good because of the pants, and swivels on there as well. Since there's not much to say about the Luke Cage figure, let's do it fully at first. Now here we get the details, and I gotta say, the face scan doesn't come over at camera as good as it's in real life, but I think they absolutely nailed it. It looks really good. It looks believable. We get all these veins around his arms, and really cool is his two fists comes with these knuckle things here. They're standing. Come on, focus. Luke Cage. That's awesome. That's really cool. Also, the pants are fully fabric molded, so that looks really cool. It looks absolutely like a jeans should look. That's insanely good for the Hasbro pricing to have that kind of detail here. Also, the stripes here on the side, it looks really good. With the stripe up here on the ball joints of the legs, they actually hid the connection part, so that's also really nice detail. The best part almost is the belt with that kind of leather texture on there, and here the Cage logo on the belt. That's insane. That's a really cool figure. Best way they could have done it. But as I've mentioned earlier, he comes with a few accessories. I won't apply the hands, I will just apply the head. Or should I? I'm not sure. Okay, no, I won't. Let's see. Here we got that opened hand, that kind of grabbing one. I don't know, that looks cool for choking poses or anything like that. And we get the grabbing hands so he can hold, I don't know, baseball bats, something like that. And then we also have the screaming face, and this one is even better. We get these squinted eyes, which look really insane, and then the mouth. Just, I don't know if I can. Let's try some different lighting. Come on, let's see if that works. I don't know if you can see it, but the tongue really goes deep inside. The paint job is really accurate, really good. I really like it when Hasbro does so much love to detail. And I mean, the Luke Cage is the poor accessory one. Okay, here on the chin we got a little plate. On here it's not like that. The red plate looks a little weird, but won't be visible. But that's probably the reason that his tongue looks that good. But I don't know, look at that screaming face. If Luke Cage would stand like this in front of you, I think all of you would run. Holy, that's really a good face scan. But yeah, that's pretty much everything for Luke Cage here. Let's move on to Iron Fist. So here is the Iron Fist, and this thing is really amazing. So that's probably the best male figure articulation we got from Hasbro since the Amazing Fantasy Spider-Man. This thing is insane. So first up on the head, what kind of joint do we have here? Okay, that's hard to detach. We got the same kind of head. There I think it's not that good because we got here the mask pieces here hanging down, and here we got the collar. So that could be standing in the way a little bit, but mostly that shouldn't be too bad. Next thing is also these bands here are, articulated. So if he jumps down from somewhere high, you can actually make these fall up. Really, really great. Then moving on here to butterfly joints that move absolutely perfectly. You don't have to trim anything on these. These are some of the best butterfly joints I've seen so far. Then we have ball joints on there, swivels down under there. Double jointed pinless elbows, which is insanely good. Horizontal hinged hands, I think on all of the hands of Iron Fist. Then we got the upper chest swivel, which moves insanely good. Then we got the lower ab crunch or the lower hip crunch, whatever you would call it. Please write in the comments what's really called. I'm stupidly German. But then we also get here ball joints on the legs, swivels up here, double jointed pinless knees down here, swivels on the shin. It's insanely good. Vertical hinges on the feet, as well as swivels, as well as a toe joint. Holy shit, this thing is articulated as good as it could. No way they did that. They even use these leg pieces where it can go lower and upper. They did that on the G.I. Joe line, but since the 85 Years of Marvel line, they did it more recently. I've just seen it on, what was it, Ghost Rider, and I think one more character has that feature. But I've only seen it so far on the Ghost Rider, I think. The only figure that comes to my mind from Hasbro. But that's crazy. That's a really good articulation. Now to the details, and this thing is also insanely detailed. First up, we got that really cool mask. These black stripes look really good. Look at the squinted nose here, also really good made. We got on the back of his head a little bit hair standing out, also really nice. The collar, they did it absolutely good. You gotta look at this. The collar goes back behind the neck. On here you can kind of see the gap back here, and then it moves to the forward into the chest. So this part here is also molded. If you go a little lower under the chest swivel, there's just the abs molded into there, but on the back, on the side here, it's not molded, but it's painted so well that I at first thought it's molded. So that's also really, really good made. Then, yeah, we got these socks, but there isn't that much more of details. It's a way too comic classic version. They can't do fabric like on these jeans or anything. But for that part, for this figure itself, without accessories and anything, this is insane. But I would say let's move over to the accessories, and this is also absolutely insane. We get another screaming face, also movable bands of his mask, also a red plate in here because he's also screaming. The mouth isn't that deep as on Luke Cage, but who the hell cares? We get a screaming face for him, that's really good. Let's move it like here. Come on. Yeah, stay like that. And then we have an insanely amount of hands. First up, we get 2 fists on here. Then we get 2 of these scratching, grabbing hands. Also really nice to have. Also, since he's a fighting sport character. Here with these spirit fighting hands, whatever it's called. Didn't see Luke Cage and Iron Fist too much in the comics so far, so my knowledge is limited, but look at these, also really nice. But there's even more. We get 4 sets of interchangeable hands, and that's not even everything. We got here flat hands, or karate hands, or whatever you would call these. This is really, really good. So even with these accessories, this would be insane, but we also get 2 fire effect pieces for the Iron Fist. Let's use these right here. These go over the fists and it also works perfectly. I think this is a reuse. I'm pretty sure I've seen this on the Pyro figure from the X-Men line, from the 2-pack with, I think, Rogue it was. Yeah, it must be Rogue. But I think they used them differently because first up the okay, you used them in the wrong direction. Didn't even see you can use them in the right or wrong direction. On the Pyro figure, they had some smaller tails coming out of the flames here that you can stick into his gasoline blasters or whatever these were. On here, it feels like they use different ones, but they almost look the same. So this is not 100% sure a reuse, but I guess they just changed the mold a little bit. I mean, they pretty sure have 3D models of everything. Okay, yeah, here we get these flat hands. Just some examples of stuff that you can do with these. Let's equip 2 different ones. Like this here. It looks almost like a Doctor Strange hand with these rings, you know. Can I do it? Yeah, something like this. Looks a little weird. But I mean, let's just see what we can do. Like that. Yeah, that's almost a good pose. That's almost a good pose. And I mean, that's insane. Just the amount of accessories we get. It's really, really good. But yeah, that's pretty much everything for today. The last thing will just be the rating from 1 to 10. So let's see. And write in the comments what you would rate this 2-pack so far. Okay, now's the rating 1 to 10. Gotta say, this gets from me a solid 9.5 out of 10. 9 out of 10. 9 out of 10. Okay, that's good. That's good. Because, first up, everything looks perfectly. The face scan, the prints of the chest here, the mask, that we have an articulated band of the mask, the jeans cloth, the texture there, the amount of accessories on Iron Fist. This is insane. Why not a 9.5 or a 10 out of 10? It's just, you get that amount of accessories for Iron Fist, and here we get just a head and 2 hands. I don't know, it would have been cool if they included for the brass knuckles he wears there, I don't know, detachable ones. They've did it on the Elite Ultimate Edition from Mattel's wrestling figures with the John Cena. They also made removable brass knuckles. They just don't hold that good. So I think that's pretty fine. It would have been just cool if they have put in both of these hands as a set. So right and left of this one and right and left of the other one. That would have been amazing. But all in all, we get just the best kind of articulation they could have given us, and a good amount of accessories, mostly everything that's needed. And I'm really grateful. I'm really happy that I bought that we got that. So yeah, that would be pretty much everything for today. Write your opinion down in the comments. I don't know, it would make me really happy to see that anyone even watches these videos. Nah, just joking. I'm also really grateful for my community. Thanks again for the 1,500 subscribers. The room tour is coming, but I'm still sick. It could take a while. But yeah, for now, gotta say, like and subscribe for more like this. Have an absolutely awesome day, and now it's finally time to say, action out.